Hey guys, today I want to share with you an idea that I was forced to come up with. Um, a client of mine came to me. She wanted some kitchen cabinets, but she didn't have the money to actually make it out of real wood or solid wood. So I was forced to think outside the box. I like to work with real wood. And so I started thinking, if I could make the doors with real wood and, you know, do raised panel or flat panel doors, I should be able to make it with plywood. So I, started thinking how I could do it. So I did a sample. Here's a sample one I did. And it has rails and stiles, panel, banding strip right there, and a molding going around the panel. This molding works to cover the raw edge of the ply, just so you don't see the leaves or layers of the plywood. Now, this is how I did it. First, I cut my rails in stock out of 3/4 wood or three-quarter plywood, and I run it on the table saw and got a channel to center the panel that's in the middle right there. But to connect it, you can use dowel, you can use nail, you can use whatever you want. But what I used was a floating tenon. It goes across the two joints right there and hold it together. That way it don't turn, it don't twist. And the glue is what holds it together. After doing that, after putting it together, I put this banding strip on there. And I sand it or plane it flush with the rails in style. Then I put this molding on. This one over here, was done a little different, and with this one was done with pine wood, plywood. The molding is a little different, but instead of having the back of it with this inset recess or inset panel right there, the back of this one has, instead of a 1/4-inch panel, I use 1/2-inch wood or plywood to make the back panel, and that way it's flush with the rails in style. And now I'm making another door or another kitchen, and instead of using floating tenons here, I used those cutters that is used to make rail and style sticks and channel. I don't know what they're called, but the raised panel bits, cutter, door set, and I did something like this. That is for the tenant, and then I did something like that for the channel to put the panels in. And I went ahead and I used the same 1/2 inch, 3/4 plywood, and this is flush with the back. Now, instead of doing it like I would register it on the router table, like with the face down on the router table, when I cut the stile and the rail, the grooves and the tenon, I put it back down instead of face down, or face up instead of face down, and that way I got a flush back. I use 1/2 inch edge banding here, and with a 45-degree cut right there. And that molding that you see there, I didn't have a beading bit, so I just cut it at 3/8 by 5/16. 3/8 is standing up this way, and 5/16 is going that way. So I did that, and to do the bead that's on there, all I did was I had a 1/8 round over bit, so I just use it past the wood once, make a half of the bead, and then flip it and pass it again, and that gave me the full bead with the little, I don't know if you can see the little lip right there. And that's an economical way to make plywood doors or kitchen doors. Clients seem to like it. But one thing, you got to be honest with the clients and let them know it's not going to be real wood, but it's going to look good. I'll put a video up of this kitchen cabinet when I install it, so you guys can see how it turned out. You can comment and share any idea that you might have of how I can, use plywood to do other things, because I normally work with real wood and not plywood. So I'm being converted here, because plywood is a lot easier to work with. I'm even thinking about doing, what's that called? Veneering, because, what you can do with veneer, you can't really do it with plywood, or not plywood, but real wood. So I'm leaning more towards that right now. Thanks for watching.